Hi everyone, I'm Zain Zayani. I'm the owner of Grow Learning Space, and today's live session is a collaboration with the Mabarra Alkhalifia Foundation in Bahrain, and it's a very interesting topic because we're going to be working on a vision board. So, a vision board, if I'm sure you've heard about it, and basically it's a tool that helps you set your goals and it helps you visualize your goals, and then it hopefully helps you achieve them as well. So, and I thought, in this situation that we're in at the moment, where people are home and staying safe, it's a great opportunity to reflect on how you want your life to be once this is over. It's a great way, to just reevaluate the goals that you set for yourself because a lot of things have changed, and what's better way to do it than with a vision board. So, a vision board again is basically a collection of pictures that you set for yourself as goals and you aspire for them. And they say a picture is worth a thousand words. So this is a great way to really get your brain to see these pictures and work hard to achieve the goals that you've set for yourself. Another way, just to very sum up what a vision board is that it just illustrates your dreams and goals visually. And over the next 30 minutes or so, I'm going to show you what you need to make your own vision board. And then we'll also be taking questions at any time. So if you have questions, just type them and I'll try my best to answer them. So the first thing you need to do when you're working on a vision board is to have the right mindset. You need to be in a good mood, you need to be inspired. If you're not feeling that for some reason, then it's not a good day or time to start a vision board. You really need to be in the right state of mind to start a vision board. So when you're in the right state of mind and you're in the right mindset, you just need to grab a paper and a pen and just write down your goals and try to keep them short term. So you're looking at the next 1 year rather than 5 or 10 year goals. They need to be very realistic and they need to be very specific to you. So you need to, for example, it's not enough to say, I want to travel. You need to be specific to something that is, very personal to you. So I want to travel to South America. Or, for example, if it's a career goal and you want to say, I want to move up in my career, don't leave it vague like that. Be very specific. If you are at a junior level in your current company or your place of work, you want to be supervisor within the coming year. So you have to be very specific in terms of your goals. Another type of goal would be, for example, I want to be able to buy my own a new house or move into a new house. Maybe that's too big of a goal, and maybe you're in your house, you want to say, I want to set up my own home office, or I want to set up a library in the corner and be able to read more books. So again, being specific is very, very important in helping you achieve your goals. So I'm just going to explain to you again what you need to start your vision board, and I'll go on explaining as I go along. Now, traditionally, vision boards were these big foam boards, they're literally like 1 meter by, 60 centimeter, huge foam whiteboards where you just plaster pictures on them. They can get very cluttered and messy, and you don't want that as your vision board. You want something precise and very neat and organized, and in a way that it's very aesthetically pleasing. So you could put it next to your nightstand, next to your bed, or at the front of your house where the front door is. So a place where you get to see it every day. So for that, you're going to need the first thing, either like a small frame like this, which I have. This might be too small, but again, you may only have 5 or 6 goals that you can visualize with 6, 7 pictures. So this might be enough for you. Or another frame would be this, and this is just a standard photo frame that I got from IKEA, so you can find them really anywhere. This is from just a local stationery in the farm, so again, these are very easy to find. So we start with the actual frame or the board, and then we're going to need pictures. Now, once you've written your goals, I'm going to say, I want, in my list of goals, I want to be able to move up to become a supervisor. I want to make money. But how much money am I saying? Is it like $20,000, $100,000? So let's say $100,000. So I'm going to go and search for them on my computer. Now, you could also use magazines. And magazines are a great way to recycle, especially ones that you have at home. But sometimes the problem with magazines is that you may not find the picture that talks to you directly. It could be, for example, let's flip here. This page here has the word breathes, and breathe is something that I personally always constantly remind myself to say, just take a step back and breathe. So this could be a word that I could plug into my vision board. But again, it may not be like, why would I want, these beautiful looking girls that I can't relate to? Finding something online would just be more relatable, more personalized. So let's say, for example, I've gone online, I've searched for a few things like based on these goals. I want to be able to eat healthy. I want to have my own library at home. I want to travel to South America and to Japan. And then I want to be a supervisor. I want to have my own little home office. I want to start running. And then I also want to make money. And I've actually specified how much money I want to make. So I'm just going to show you very quickly. So this is just basic searching online. Is it clear? Yeah?
Yeah.
So this is just basically searching online, pictures, inspirations. This is somewhere in South America, Japan. And then these are some words, I don't know if you can see them, but this says focus, this says believe, and then this is a home office, and then this is a woman who's supervising or talking to a group of people. And the key thing here is to have your pictures in different sizes, so that once you print them on just regular paper, they come out, this actually came out pretty big, I resized it, but they come out in different sizes and they look pretty. And then you can start cutting them. But I'm also going to go through some of these magazines. So I saw this word, breathe. So obviously you'll need scissors. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut.
So just as you cut, I want to answer one question from Mariam, which is, she was asking, is this video going to be saved? Yes, this video is going to be saved for later. Don't worry about it.
Okay,
go ahead.
It will be saved, and it will also be uploaded to our YouTube channel, and you can view it there. And then I have this other magazine, and again, you could just keep flipping. Like, I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is just a garden outside a house. Does it relate to you? Yes. Is it achievable? Yes. Then you can go ahead and cut it. And the word achievable is very important here. You don't want to set goals for yourself that you can't achieve, because at the end of the day, it will be very frustrating for you, and it just defeats the purpose of having a vision board. And also, you don't want your goals to be very easy as well. You want them to be attainable, given that you work hard for them. It's not like I'm going to put a couple of pictures on my vision board, and end of the year, all my dreams will come true. I wish it was like that. It's not. And then I put just a little mark here. So this is a really nice, looks like a resort in Sri Lanka. So I'm also going to cut that. And I would love to go see Sri Lanka. So I think this is...
I would love to go to Thailand.
Thailand,
yeah.
So again, if you have magazines, then you can go ahead and flip through them. But I personally recommend that you go through online, go to Pinterest, Google Images, and just start searching for images that really make you feel that they're speaking to you. Another thing which is very important is that you need to, and I don't want to use this word lightly because it is used a lot, is manifest. So how can you manifest an office that you want to move into at your organization or your company? You see yourself sitting in that office by the end of the year, meaning you've gotten that promotion. It's kind of funny to do that, but trust me, Photoshop yourself in that office and put yourself in that office and visualize that in a year I will be in that office, and that to put it on your vision board, and hopefully you get there. I'll tell you a little secret. Like when we first started putting all our furniture here for Grow, I stood in the middle of the hall, and I imagined it's filled with kids, and they're having fun. And a few months later, we had camp, and it was amazing. All the kids were there, and so it's very important to actually manifest and imagine yourself in that goal that you're setting for yourself. So I've gone ahead and cut all the pictures, and if you see, they're different sizes. This is someone running, and then we have all these different also words and phrases that can mean something to you. So breathe, and then believe, and then focus. So these are all things that you want to kind of categorize. And then this is, you have personal related goals and then career related goals. So this is obviously personal, this is personal. This is the home office that I really like. So this could also be personal. And then this is career related. So this is a supervisor job. So this could be somewhere in a category on its own. $100,000. Again, you're being very specific, which is important. And then some destinations, Sri Lanka, and then, I'm sure this is upside down, yeah, South America, and Japan. And then this is the home library picture that's, home improvement project that I'd like to see happening sometime this year. So now basically that we have all the pictures, printed, cut, and they're also somewhat categorized, we can start actually plugging them into our frame. So I have my frame here. And for this, you're just going to need either a glue stick or some double-sided tape, and then you can start just organizing it. So don't tape it yet. Just organize the pictures first so that you see how it looks. Do you have a question?
No, we don't. Yeah.
So I'm just going to put my travel goals here, my home improvement goals, and then my personal health goals here.
Are they very important to be categorized when we stuck them, or can it be just shoveled around?
It's important to see them categorized, yeah, because when you're done with this vision board, you're going to be putting it up on a wall next to your bed, and your brain will just scan through them. So it's just more organized to see them all in that manner rather than just seeing a cluster of goals. And then we have our career goals. And then you can just put all the different phrases around. So I didn't tape this yet, but I just want you to see that this is something that was very easily done. And again, it's very personal to me, and it makes complete sense because this is exactly these very specific goals that I aspire to. Another way also is, let's say, I don't want to have this many goals, and it's okay. You don't have to have 30 goals, or, how many pictures is that? 12, 13. You don't need to have that many pictures. Let's say you're really keen on having just 3 goals that you want to achieve by the end of the year, for example. So again, I'll just redo this to this size board, and it can still have the same effect. So let's say I want to just focus on running, and then I want that one trip, and then I'll have this belief statement here, and then maybe my home office. And this is, to me, these are the goals that I want to set for myself. And it's perfectly okay to have 3 very specific goals that you want you envision yourself achieving. Now, the important thing is I touched on that briefly in the beginning, is that the idea of setting or having a vision board, again, is not to have it an impossible challenge to reach, because you're just going to end up frustrating yourself. The more important thing is that you need to work hard for your vision. Do we have a question?
We actually have a question from Mariam. She's asking, why are you shifting them to a smaller frame?
Okay, so basically I'm just showing you guys two examples of boards. I didn't shift them. That was one board. And then I said if someone had less goals, for example, here I had about 8 or 9 different goals and that were visualized by pictures. But let's say I have only 3 goals that I want to put on my vision board. And that's why I used the smaller board. So it's really, there is no rule, but you want it to look pretty enough for you to hang it somewhere. If it's going to be this huge foam board, with markers and glue, and it's not very neat, you won't hang it in your house. You might just put it somewhere behind the shelf and forget about it. The whole point of a vision board is that it needs to be in your vision at all times. So let me just actually stick this. I'll show you how you can.
So while you stick this, I have a really agonizing question. Now, what if one of my goals takes long time to achieve? Like, what if my goal takes a whole year to achieve?
That's fine, because with vision boards, you're supposed to be doing them every year. Every year is when people, especially around New Year's, they have resolutions where they start setting goals for themselves, and ideally you should be updating it every year. So if you have a goal that you haven't achieved or you haven't reached yet in 1 year, then just add it to your next one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can always change things also throughout the year. So let's say, I've done my Sri Lanka trip. So now what? Then find another destination that you want to add and then just replace that picture. And this is do you have a question?
Yes, to answer the question, yes, this is a vision board. Someone is asking, is this a vision board because they just joined?
Okay.
Yes, the answer is this is a vision board.
Yeah, and if you just joined us, guys, then we will be posting this on our story and then also be publishing it on our YouTube channel. So I hope you can catch up with us there. So let's just say I'm done with this. Okay. And then imagine this to be my nightstand next to my bed. So I would have this on a nice frame stand with a plant. And then you're supposed to be seeing this every day, and ideally within the last hour before going to bed, before going to sleep, you need to you don't have to stare at it, you just need to kind of get your eyes to cross over it and get your brain to recognize that yes, these are visual images that I need to signal to my body to say work hard and achieve it. Now, some of you at home, maybe you don't want to have like a physical vision board, and with technology and everything being digital, it's very easily can be done on pinboard platforms like Pinterest, for example, where you can create your own pinboard and have it set to private, so it's just available for you, and just start dragging all these different images that inspire you.
So someone here is asking a really interesting question, which is, can kids do board vision?
Yes, they can.
Okay.
Kids actually, they could either help you do a vision board or they could do their very own. And
it would be the same way as you explained just now?
Yes,
okay.
Yes. Obviously for them to think, future for 1 year is not the same way that as us adults would think of, okay, this is what I want to achieve and this is what, but it's definitely something that we encourage kids to do, and we can also put some video links for you guys just to browse and see, get inspired for kids' vision boards. Is there a question?
No, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just want to again say a few things about the importance of achievable goals.
So someone's saying here that they had a private account album as a vision board seen only by themselves.
Okay.
So like they can always go back and see it look at it,
Exactly.
and that would work as a digital
Exactly.
vision board.
And that's the thing,
That's a very good idea.
Exactly, that's a great idea. And sometimes people are private. So let's say you live in a house and you don't want, your siblings or your parents or your spouse or your kids to really know what your vision board looks like. It's completely okay to have a collection of images, like this. Who was it who said that?
It was Hazam, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a perfectly okay to have your own private collection of images on your phone, on Pinterest, and you get to see it every day. But just remind yourself that you need to at least have a look on a daily basis just to get your mind refreshed. I have a few notes actually that I wrote. So yeah, just to repeat or reiterate the importance of working hard. Again, if you don't work hard, you're not going to get what you want, whether it's with a vision board or without. The vision board helps you visualize your goals, and then it's up to you to work hard to achieve them. You need to, at some point, you'll be discouraged, you'll be tired. Don't make up excuses. Keep working hard, keep staying focused, and again, the vision board will help keep your goals in check because you get to see them every day. Remind yourself about the journey that you've been on, and that you need to keep pushing hard and achieving your goals.
So I know some people will do this because I've done it myself. Is that I would set my goals, I'll have them on a vision board, and then sometime on the way I actually change my mind and I would change the goals, or I actually think that these goals are too much for me this year, I'm going to shift them to the next year.
Yeah.
So does that usually happen? And if it happens, can I just remove it from my vision board?
I mean, this is not set in stone, and we're human, and it's okay for priorities to change. Let's say, for example, what's happening at the moment. A lot of you have probably done the vision board at the beginning of 2020, thinking it's going to be an amazing year, and it is an amazing year. It's just, we have this reset period that we're going through globally.
Yes.
And your goals mostly definitely have changed from where you thought you'd be at, the start of the year versus now. So it's completely okay to change your goals, but don't just change them because you're like, it's too hard. You need to really, that's why it's also very important to set achievable goals. Like, don't say, I want to make $1 million. And let's be real. Would it be possible? Not really. Maybe $10,000 possible, $100,000. I think these days I'm not even sure this is feasible. But again, it could be $10,000, and that's something achievable. The whole point of setting achievable goals is not because they're to make them easy for you to achieve, but just to avoid the frustration and the anxiety that you get for not achieving them. And I think that's really important. Even in a business environment, when you're setting your career goals, work goals, they have to be achievable. So in all aspects, try to be as realistic as possible when you're setting your goals. Is there a question?
No, there's no question.
Okay. So I think another thing also that I didn't talk about a lot is basically manifestation. I touched upon it very, very briefly, which is basically imagining yourself and really visualizing yourself in that goal. And something as funny or as silly as photoshopping yourself in an office or photoshopping yourself in a car. There's nothing funny about that. It just reaffirms your goal and really puts your mindset in that state of mind where you're imagining yourself in that car. I'm just looking for a picture of the car, and then hopefully within the end of the year you've actually purchased that car or gotten in it or something. There are so many videos on YouTube. If you just search for vision boards, a lot of celebrities actually do them. And there's one that I saw. She's like a YouTube star, and she put on her vision board a picture of Beyonce and then a picture of um, I think an award show. I'm not sure which award show. And that year, she was at a party where she met Beyonce, and then she was also invited to be a to speak at one of these award shows or to present. So it works. It works for celebrities, for normal folks like me and you. It works, and again, it's you have to visualize yourself in that goal. It doesn't make sense for me to say I want to go to a country that doesn't really interest me. I need to put the country or the place that I want to go to, or imagine a home improvement project that works for my home. If I want to build a pool in my house, I need to see myself in that pool. I need to see my kids in that pool. I need to see my family enjoying time in that pool, not just I go to a magazine and I see this amazing, beautiful pool and I slap that on my vision board. No, it needs to be even the design of something that just talks to me and my personality and my family's personality.
So, Hazam also said that, are you familiar with the Secret Book?
Yes.
Okay, so one of the writers, he have changed his vision board over 10 times throughout his life until he actually have seen the changes that came. But I'm guessing here is that his vision board is for his entire life. Like, can you set a vision board, one vision board, for as long as you need?
Well, a vision board is linked to goals. So if
Yes.
you have lifelong goals,
Yes.
then go ahead and put them on your vision board.
Okay.
But then again, how many of us actually have lifelong goals that they stick to? They change on such a regular basis.
Exactly.
And if you have a goal that will happen 10 years down the line, how motivated would you be to do that?
Mm-hmm.
And unless it's like, for example, a house, and it's going to be a lot of obstacles maybe or something to buy that house, or a lot of investment to buy that house, then put that house and keep putting it every time you change your vision board. But I would recommend having 1 year, short-term goals as vision boards rather than having very long-term goals. And the secret, actually, it's all about the laws of attraction,
Yeah.
but that's a whole different topic, and I really didn't
Yeah.
want to get into that because it is a little controversial.
Yes, it is.
So I really didn't want to get into it, but the concept of vision board is as simple as you want it to be. Is that, again, a picture is is worth 1,000 words, and if you see it, you visualize it, it just helps your brain achieve it and work hard towards getting it.
Sure. So, what do you think about applying this into schools? Like at the beginning of the school, someone actually said here in the comments, like at the beginning of the year, like the teachers will actually sit with the students and with the class, and every student will create their own vision board,
Yeah.
and they will have it there, and they will see the change as they see on the door.
Vision boards can be used in so many different angles. What I focused on here is maybe just personal, a little bit of career and travel, but the topics, again, this isn't something like I've read very mixed reviews about this, but you could have 5 different vision boards: one for just personal life, one for just career, one for just travel.
Wow.
But
that-
I think that's too much.
That would overwhelm you.
It is overwhelming, and you don't want that. So definitely, the vision board is very personal to you, so it could easily be adapted to a child in school, or a student at the beginning of the year where they can set their learning goals. But I think they already do that in one way or another. The teachers, when they set the learning objectives, for the year, I think it's just a matter of taking that and kind of making it into a visual,
Exactly.
A visual tool.
Exactly.
Is there any other question? No?
Yeah.
Okay. So I talked about manifestation, which is, again, really visualizing yourself, taking a picture of yourself in that, new car that you want to buy, or a pool that you really want to build in your house, and just put yourself in that pool and imagine that. Manifestation is really important. It's very, very powerful. And again, there are lots of articles and videos on manifestation that you could just read through and get inspired. Now, for those of you at home, who maybe don't have access to magazines or don't have access to a printer, that's completely okay. We could just go back to the digital collection of images, creating a vision board. So you could try just doing it on your phone or on your computer, where you could just create your own pin board on Pinterest, for example. And then once things start getting a little bit back to normal, you can actually have access to a printer or purchase a frame. You could convert your digital vision board into a physical one, and then just hang it in your room or in your kitchen or wherever you just make sure that you get to see it on a daily basis. Another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about before we end this is I think I actually covered everything. So when you're looking for images again, either online or through magazines, whatever you're comfortable with, just make sure that you're very specific to your goal. Don't be vague. Again, if it's just a picture of money, just be specific. Imagine yourself in that situation. So imagine yourself hiking to this beautiful waterfall here in South America, or imagine yourself walking under these cherry trees in Japan, and just be very, very specific in terms of setting these goals, and then just place it somewhere where you get to see it every day. Because there's no point of working so hard on a vision board and setting goals and selecting pictures and arranging them, and then you put it behind a shelf and you forget about it. It's very important that you have it set up in a way that you get to see it, and it just puts you in that aspirational mood, which is very important these days. And just make sure that you're in the right mindset when you're working on this. You shouldn't be annoyed or upset or off, feeling
on a hurry.
Or in a hurry, exactly. Now it took us about half an hour or so, but if I was cutting all these pictures, it would definitely take about an hour to two. Have some music. If you have kids, make sure they don't disturb you, or do it when they're asleep at night. But just make sure that you're in the right state of mind when you're working on this project, because trust me, it works. It really works. So before I go, maybe anyone have any questions? If not, then we will be posting this on our story and also on our YouTube channel. And then you can also send us questions to our Instagram inbox. Pastor, any questions?
Okay, there's no questions. There's a comment that they had fun. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining
Thanks.
us. Okay, great.
Thank you,
Thank
Mrs.
you.
Zainab Zayane. Thank you for this. We really enjoyed.
Is that someone saying that?
I'm actually
you're
saying that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So good luck with your vision board, guys. Just get inspired, and I hope you get to achieve your dreams and your goals.
Yeah, Ghada says thanks a lot.
Sorry?
Ghada says thanks a lot.
Okay, great. Thank you for tuning in. And again, take this opportunity that we're in at the moment, where we're supposed to stay home, and don't feel despaired. Just be inspired and reevaluate yourself. A lot of things have changed over the past, few weeks, and that just puts things in perspective for us. And our goals might have changed from what we've set for ourselves, end of last year. So that's a good thing, and enjoy making your vision board. And thank you to Mabarra Alkhalifia Foundation for this opportunity, and I hope you guys had a good time.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.